Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mode 7. My name is Jeff, and I am here to share my love of all things video games. A little bit about me. I have been playing video games for most of my life. Um, kind of grew up super rural, so really video games were uh, my only kind of escape into a world I didn't really know existed, and also spent my time with video games because I didn't have a lot of other options. So, I mean, this has been a long journey for me to get to this point. My video game hobby was kind of just a side hobby that I did amongst all of the other life things that I do, obviously. But it got to the point where I started kind of doing streaming and was doing some stuff in a small little community we had built, me and my wife, and decided I wanted to take a shot at maybe making it a bigger thing. So created this channel with that purpose in mind. Just again, a little bit about me. My first console was an NES. I'm pretty heavy into the retro space, but that being said, this channel is kind of be dual purpose. And I'm not going to pigeonhole myself to only these two genre of games. I'm very much an omni gamer. I will play just about anything. I'll try anything. There's certainly genres of games I'm not super into or whatever, but I'm very much an omni gamer. So realistically, this channel is going to be focused on two things. One, retro video games. And you may be like, well, what does that mean? Because that is very subjective depending on age. And I'm going to be kind of outing myself in my approximate age, if I haven't already, with the NES comment. Focusing on retro games from PS1 backwards. So to start, I actually am in the process of playing through the IGN Top 100 NES and SNES games. So I'm going to be continuing to do that on stream. On top of that, I will be streaming cozy games. And you might be like, well, why are you doing cozy games? I deal with a lot of anxiety and mental health issues, and I love cozy games. Stardew Valley is uh, one of my favorite games of all time, which you'll get to know in the future when I do some videos and that sort of thing. But why I mention anxiety is because cozy games are really kind of like a nice way to just limit the noise in my head, I guess, and just kind of escape into these cute little worlds, do my jobs, and, go to sleep at night, I guess. So there will be kind of two streams a week and one, I guess, long form video. Talking about lists, talking about what's going on in the space, talking about my favorite games, new games that are coming out, etc., etc. But the streaming aspect of this will be retro games, and those will be streamed Wednesday evenings at 7 Eastern, usually for a couple hours, just kind of depends. And then I'll be doing a cozy game stream every Sunday at the same time, but for 3 hours, so from 7 till 10 Eastern. That could change. I mean, again, as this channel grows and new things happen, that might change, but that's the plan right now. And then I will be doing one video a week posted to YouTube that I'm not quite sure when it'll be posted on a regular basis, which day of the week, but maybe we'll just play around with that. If it gets posted on a certain day, you'll have to just keep an eye on it until we get into a regular routine. Cool. So I think that kind of summarizes what I wanted to talk about in terms of like what we're doing here. And I mean, again, to be frank, part of this is just to share my love for a hobby that, again, I have been a part of since forever. I mean, since I was, 6 or 7 years old. And I find I get a lot of joy watching other people experience this hobby as well. So there's been many of an instance. I have a couple friends right now that we have a small little group chat, and we talk about the retro games that we're playing. We just started playing through the Final Fantasy series. We're on 7 right now, I believe, and one of those two friends of mine is kind of experiencing the hobby for like not the first time, but like maybe a rekindled um, time frame or rekindled love for the hobby. And it's been really, really enjoyable watching him go through it. And we actually got together and he was playing some of my retro games. And he's like, well, do you want to play? And I was getting just as much joy watching him. And I was just like, no, you keep going. This is so fun. And part of that journey extends to like our local community. So my wife and I are actually in the process of setting up a cafe, and in that cafe is going to be our secondary hobby, or not, I shouldn't say a secondary hobby, my other hobby, board games. My wife and I are huge into board games. There's going to be a retro game space there for local youth to come and play and just sit and hang out. And that stuff's really important to me. So, again, I think this is just a long winded way of me saying, like, not only is this an experience for me to get myself and my gaming habits and my gaming tastes out to the broader community, but it's also somewhat giving back, I think, to a hobby that I've taken so much from over the years in terms of joy and experiences and that sort of thing. So, that all being said, a little bit about me and what kind of games I like. Stardew Valley is one of my favorite. Maybe it's better if I just kind of express to you what some of my favorite games are, and then I think that should give you a pretty good idea of what I'm about and what kind of games I like to play. So Stardew Valley is definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Witcher 3. Um, I love most of the Zelda games. Uh, Link to the Past for SNES is probably my favorite, followed closely by Ocarina of Time. The Final Fantasy series, I love. I absolutely adore RPGs and JRPGs. I love puzzle games like Portal. I'm now in the process of playing through Blueprints, which is just a phenomenal experience. I used to play a lot of Myst when I was younger. Um, this is really isn't honing in. I think this is just further identifying that I'm an Omni gamer. Persona 5 is one of my favorite games of all time. Super Mario 3 for the NES. Super Mario 2, I have a ton of love for because of playing it with my sister when I was growing up. Super Mario World for SNES, Donkey Kong. There's just so many. Love platformers. Games I kind of don't like, but will still play. Not really into side-scrolling shooters like Section Z. I am Canadian, so I guess I should say Section Z. Um, I don't love. I don't know what the genre of game is, but like those kind of puzzly games, like the original Donkey Kong, or like Burger Time, or Snow Brothers, like that kind of like, or Mickey Mouse Capade. I think those exist more so in like NES era, but yeah. Also, most of my experience growing up is in the like the Nintendo world. I didn't have a Genesis growing up. I do now, and I've been playing through some of the games, but there's many gaps that I want to experience in my gaming journey. Um, what I play on recently, I play on PS5. I've been a PlayStation player for a long time, and Steam. I primarily play most of my games on Steam now, but I do pick up the PlayStation every so often. I'm trying to think of like recent games that I've really been into. Sea of Stars, which I think kind of plays into the RPG genre of game that I love. I really want to get into Expedition 33, which is kind of like a Persona 5 type game. Again, I've been playing a lot of Blueprints, but yeah. Anyway, I'm all over the place. I definitely want to dip more into cozy games because my experience has been, I think, pretty shallow. I love them, but I've played kind of like the games I think everyone has played. Like, again, I do love Stardew Valley. I love Potion Permit. I've played a bunch of Animal Crossing, both the new version, and I just actually streamed on another channel, the original for GameCube. Oh, Roots of Pacha, I liked a lot as well. So I'm looking forward to experiencing it and exploring it and just kind of like unwinding a bit at the end of the week and just having fun farming and uh, stumbling into some of these games maybe I haven't experienced before. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the intro video. Again, thank you for being here. It's going to be a fun journey, and I hope you enjoy the journey. I hope you hop into the streams and chat and introduce yourself, and let's talk about games and life and all the things in between. The world is crazy right now, so escaping it for a few hours a week is always beneficial thing. But again, yeah, thank you for being here. Again, Mode 7 Gaming. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for some streams and some content. I'm looking forward to getting that out. And yeah, we will see you next time. Later days.